Rebel Clash is coming out in just a couple weeks, but the pre-release kits are getting shipped this week, and I'm picking it up tomorrow, and I am flippin' stoked. In my time in Pokemon TCG, there's only been one type for me, and that is water type. And currently I'm running a Lapras V Max deck, and historically I've run nothing else because I am back in first time playing competitive Pokemon TCG since collecting as a kid. I tried to get into it a little bit. I went to a XY Flash Fire pre-release in 2014, I believe, which was my first TCG event, and stopped playing very shortly after that. But I'm back because the games are boring. I've usually been one to mainly be into the Pokemon VGC, gone to a handful of tournaments there. Was so excited to start Sword and Shield on the Nintendo Switch, but it was not the experience I was looking for. It was fun at the beginning, but stopped playing it at 60 hours right after I completed the Pokedex. Pretty much the moment I completed the Pokedex. I haven't picked it up since, which was only like the middle of December. Now Animal Crossing controls my life. Really bummed that there's no events this season right as I get back into it, of course. But that won't stop me from collecting, deck building, sharing it with you guys, and just looking forward to open up those packs in the pre-release kit, building up pre-release decks as if I was actually competing for something worthwhile, but I am not. I am doing it for fun out of the goodness of my heart for myself. As a water type user, because fire types are trash and I'm jealous of how many freaking support cards they get. Giant Hearth, Heat Factory, Fire Crystal, Fiery Flint, and plus some of the best attackers, Heatran GX, Blacephalon GX, Baby Blacephalon. It's a single prize card and just does ridiculous damage. Magcargo GX, did I already say that? They've got the Ninetales with 9 Temptations, that is a free Pokemon catcher. It's just ridiculous how many freaking support cards fire type decks have, and I hate fire types. When is the time for water? We have Frosmoth, which proved to be not as good as we had hoped. I run Frosmoth and it can work, but it just gets kind of swept by faster decks that are able to set up and deal huge damage. ADPZ is a horrible matchup for Frosmoth and Lapras VMAX, unless I get like pretty lucky with my card draw and my opponent gets unlucky with theirs. Rebel Clash coming out though. The big one to look out for is MILOTIC V. I'm excited to try out that deck. What MILOTIC V does is it has 2 colorless, 1 water energy cost on its main attack, which does 10 damage, woo, plus 50 damage for each colorless energy in your opponent's retreat cost. Thankfully, or should I say unthankfully, because the cards we're getting in Rebel Clash are great supports for MILOTIC, but not really great supports for water decks outside of Water Bucket, which is decent, but still nowhere near as good as anything that fire type decks get. What gives? But the new Galar Mine Stadium increases your Pokemon's retreat cost by 2 colorless energy, which adds a base 100 damage to the damage that MILOTIC is putting out. If a Pokemon has a retreat cost of 3, and that is increased by another 2 by Galar Mine Stadium being in play, that is 50 times 5, which is 250 plus 10, 260 damage on any Pokemon with 3 retreat cost, as long as you have the stadium in play. You can play Stadium Nav to search out those stadiums. If you want to use special energies, you can use Guzma and Hala. Even if you don't use special energies, you can still use Guzma and Hala, Tag Team Supporter, to search out those stadiums, put them in play, maybe find some tool cards. Everyone runs Air Balloon. Jirachis run Escape Board, although you're not really going to be trying to attack Jirachis, but Air Balloon reduces retreat cost by 2, which would reduce Milotic V's damage by 100, and that is something you don't want. So Guzma and Hala Tag Team, being able to search out those stadiums in order to get that quick damage on will be extremely helpful. And I should change my computer settings so that my Rebel Clash hype art does not freaking disappear on me again. Tool Scrapper, Milotic V, Galar Mine Stadium, Water Bucket if you want. You can play it with Frostmoth. You can also play it, interestingly enough, with Welder. And I am really debating that, because how fun would it be to You can play Milotic V with Frostmoth to get that water energy on quick, or, and I know I said how much I hate fire types, but you can play Milotic V with Welder, because Milotic V's attack is 2 colorless energy, 1 water energy. So if you have a deck with majority fire type energy, throw in some water energy, you can do big damage turn 1, but you're going second. You have Milotic V as your starting active Pokemon. You get a Welder, Energy Spinner to search out all the energy you need. On your first turn, you can search for 3 basic energy. Energy Spinner for 2 fire energy, 1 water energy. Get that Welder in your hand as best as you can with either Dedenne or Jirachi. Welder on 2 fire type energies onto Milotic V. Manually attach that last water energy and make sure that stadium gets into play, and you are doing huge damage on your first turn. And I hate to say it, but like Welder might be the way to go with Milotic V, interestingly enough. If I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna tell myself that I am reclaiming what should rightfully be water type users' support cards, because we've got absolute garbage. Yeah, anyways, so excited to have Rebel Clash come out, and I'm going to be looking for Milotic V. When those pre-release kits come out, I'm going to be opening them up on this channel, so be sure to subscribe to all my loyal subscribers out there who did not subscribe for Pokemon content. Goodbye. But please don't unsubscribe. That'll do it, pigs. Goodbye.